Hey, Levi, there we are. All right, so got your mix here of summertime. A couple things. So thought the ending was real clean as far as you fading all these tracks out to make a nice clean ending. And the other thing you could do is, if you wanted, you could do that on the master fader as well. So you could automate that. So I can hit Command, put some dots, and now the whole master fader, including my voice, will fade out. So I gotta be careful of that. But that would be one way you could do it as well. But what you did was great. So because that's nice and clean. So a couple other things. Lots of compressors going on here. Let's see what we can tackle. Okay, let's start with the drums. So we've got a kick snare, I love that, rag, floor, 2 overheads, and the parallel compression. So what you did was you went through the sends instead of the output buses, instead of the output channels for this. So what's happening is you have part of the drums here, and then you're sending to bus 3 and 4, so you have another part of the drums here, and another part of the drums here. So you've got sort of 3 mixes of the drums. So what you want to do for parallel compression is to, let's see, how can I do these? Okay, let's mute those, and then let's use that same, okay, oops. I don't want multiple outputs, I want bus 3 and 4. Okay, so now we've got all these going here. So let's just listen to our drums. If you did make a, I'm going to make a drum group. Let's see, did you already have a group? We do now. So, okay, so now when I hit this, I can hear the drums, and I'm going to hit Command S and solo safe my heavy compression. So let's kick in the song where it's going. Okay, that's our heavy. Now, a couple things I noticed. Look at this. We got overhead left, pan to the middle, overhead right. Oh, overhead drum, overhead far drum. So let's see what's going on here. Let's turn this off for a second. Are they not? Are they mono? And then, yeah, so they're not stereo. That's funny. Okay, so let's do. Let's get all this going. So bring this. Now, I don't see any reverb on this snare. I see 1 deverb. So let's see if we can let's get going with our deverb as well. Where did it make that? Right here. So let's add deverb. Notice I'm doing it mono. One. Let's get our drum. We got some of the overheads, but it's got so much cymbals in it. So let's look here at, this is kind of the ending part. So we're going to look at this time, but we probably are going to cut this in half, 772. So I'm basically going to do some, instead of 4 seconds, we're going to be looking at about 400 milliseconds. So and then I can just tell. EQ we got going on. We got a little bit up here. Let's see what that's doing. Well, that's taking high end I want. So what I'm gonna do. Summertime. And yeah, that's taking high end I want. Let's see. Where am I in the song? Let's get to. So this is our light one. So it should just be. That looks good. Maybe. There we go. Let's hear that context now.
Inside all in the private party for show in the summertime. In the summertime, pushing, coasting, boasting, sitting at the table with the blue juice toasting in the summertime. In the summertime, it's a party, the room full of shorties, the boy about to meet the world like Hurry in the summertime. Inside all in the private party for show in the summertime. In the summertime, pushing, coasting, boasting.
And then I think just overall the drums are a little bit dark, so let's add some reverb.
Inside all in the private party for show.
I mean, he's EQ.
Inside all in the private party for show in the summertime. In the summertime.
So let's go over here. Turn the group on. And then let's option. Oh, go over here. Option drag. Now I want to mute this one and unmute this one. So instead of adding high end, I'm going to take away, and then I'm going to go ahead and bust this into the same group here, so this all goes together.
Inside all in the private party for show in the summertime. In the summertime, pushing, coasting, boasting.
And then maybe some, this tom sound good, so I'm going to add some reverb.
Inside all in the private party for show in the summertime. In the summertime, pushing, coasting, boasting, sitting at the table with the blue juice toasting in the summertime.
And we can hear that floor tom rattle a little bit, and you did some editing, which is great. So we can just tighten that up, figure out where that is, so instead of that whole tom hit, we could play with that. Okay. So it's been spending a lot of time on that, but you can see where I'm going with that. I'm trying to make these bigger and vibrant and punchy and have attack without sort of hurting my ear and have some authority. So you want to do that. A couple things let's go through quickly. One, this master fader should always be at 0. So if you can, unless you're clipping or something's going on, and if you're clipping, you need to find out why you're clipping and leave that at 0. So try to keep off that. The overall, let's see, I can't read that writing, my writing, high shelf, unacoustic, oh. Yeah, so watch out for this kind of acoustic, so I mean EQ. So there's 3 types of EQ. Filtering, high pass, low pass filter, especially unwanted, unneeded low end. Low pass filters are whatever people are, but high pass filters, that getting rid of the low end that's in the way, that's where the problem is. EQ to fit, EQ for big, EQ for clarity. This is just EQ, right? And in particular, look at, you're adding a shelving EQ at 75 hertz. There's nothing but drum bleed down here. There's no fundamentals in the acoustic, and all there is drum bleed. So when we listen, So watch out for things like that. Stay with these types of EQs that I'm talking about. There's no EQ that says add a little bit of low mid and add some really, really high end. That's not one of the EQs that we've talked about. So try to stick with that for right now. So generally just, let's see here, what else? You've got the cool intro that you did at the beginning, which was really sort of unique, taking a different approach to that. Let's see what else was in here that was cool. There's lots of good stuff. So one thing you could do, and you left floor toms, so you've got these background vocals. Same thing you can do with the drums, is because we want these to sound like a group, let's bust these to a new aux group and treat these as a unit. So we can, by throwing this compressor on here, we're kind of tightening the belt around all the people in the group. So we're going to add one more, and maybe, since you didn't, we can do it massively here. High pass filter, probably like 125, somewhere in that area. Okay, so we put this on, but it's not doing anything, so that doesn't help us. We got to still. So it's the same thing we do with, with any kind of instrument. We want to solo these as a group and get this working. So I'm going to solo save that, hit command. Now when I solo these,